So I just binge watched the Netflix hit show Stranger Things within 2 weeks. This was my plan from the beginning when Stranger Things first got popular, cause I didn't want to wait years for 8 shows to drop just for me to forget what happened last season. So I played the long game. I told myself that I would start watching the show a few weeks before they released the finale. And I got a lot to say about this show. Maybe too much. This script is so long, bro, I don't even want to record this right now. Warning, spoilers obviously. Okay, so if you haven't seen Stranger Things and don't care to watch it, I'll just give you a quick summary of what it is. So pretty much it's set in the 80s and there's this town called Hawkins. It's a regular town, but behind the scenes, there's these scientists doing experiments on this girl named 11. Damn, he need to line up. They're pretty much trying to make her the super weapon against the Russians. She can spy on people telepathically and has like Star Wars powers. But while doing these experiments, 11 accidentally opened a portal to this other dimension called the Upside Down. And it's just an evil version of the town. So now you got monsters called Demogorgons haunting the town, and there's this evil guy called Vecna who's behind all of it. And throughout the show, the main cast tries to stop him. That's just a quick summary. I don't want to hear no complaints in the comments like, you forgot to mention the Mind Flayer and his integral role to the plot. Shut up, man. This is a YouTube video. If you want to watch the full thing, go get Netflix. Or pirate it like me. So season 1 was really Netflix, I was just kidding. So season 1 was really good, I liked it a lot. It did a really good job of world building and setting up the rest of the show. The main plot of season 1 is pretty much about 11 escaping the lab that was doing experiments on her and meeting with a group of kids named Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will. Well, not Will yet, because he got kidnapped by a Demogorgon and gets dragged into the Upside Down like a bitch. Oh my gosh, I hate Will, but I'll explain why later. Just keep watching. Trust me, it'll make sense. The acting was phenomenal from the whole cast. It felt very real. Like, I could feel the desperation to save Will from the whole cast, especially Joyce, Will's mom. So at the end of the season, they save Will, but 11 disappears after turning a Demogorgon into dust. So season 2, it turns out 11 is still alive, and now she lives with this cop from season 1 called Hopper. And in this season, Will is back, but he's acting strange because he got Ebola from this thing from the Upside Down called the Mind Flayer. It's this shadow monster that can take control of people and Demogorgons and command them and stuff. So now it's like Will and the Mind Flayer as well as the Demogorgons all share like a hive mind conscious. And the Mind Flayer's goal is to try and spread out throughout the town and take over completely. So the cast all tries to get the Mind Flayer out by getting 11 to close the portal she accidentally opened in season 1. I also like this season, but I'm not gonna lie. This is where I started to hate Will. Like, I get it, he got infected and there was nothing he could do about it, but I don't know, man. It's like he was being kind of annoying. Like, anytime he wasn't getting attention, all of a sudden he starts having seizures like, oh, the Mind Flayer's back. Oh, my neck, I could feel him. Like, bro, get up, go make some money. He ended up being a liability because the Mind Flayer was spying through him. So whenever the cast found a way to stop the Mind Flayer while Will was conscious in there, the Flayer would just know. Will was a snitch. So the dilemma with stopping the Mind Flayer was that whenever they attacked the Mind Flayer, it hurt Will. Man, that's how I know I wouldn't be able to live in this universe. Because if I was there, Will would have had to Will would have had to go. I would not be wasting all this time trying to figure out how to stop the Mind Flayer while keeping Will alive. But season 2 ends with 11 closing the gate to stop the Mind Flayer without hurting Will, and everything's all good. Kinda. Will still got Ebola. He permanently has a little bit of the Mind Flayer in him. Season 3 is when I started to get annoyed with the show. And before I start, I just want to say, I understand I'm in the minority here, so don't try and dox me for what I say from here on out, okay? Stranger Things got corny after season 2. Season 3 just feels like, I don't even know how to describe. It feels like Fortnite. The plot got ridiculously cartoonish. The characters got corny. Like they turned my goat Steve Harrington into a freaking dork. He was supposed to be the cool guy of the group, and then they introduced the most annoying characters of all time. But before I get into all that, let's just talk about the plot for this season. So to summarize, right, the bad guys in this season are Russians. They're trying to open the portal again for some reason. I don't know why, but in American media, Russian equals bad. So that's all you need to know. Anyway, the whole plot is about the cast trying to turn off the machine while the Mind Flayer comes back in the form of human bodies all mushed together. Should look like the RB special. This was a really cool villain. I actually liked it a lot. So the Mind Flayer is being led by a character from season 2 named Billy, who got infected by the Mind Flayer in the first episode of season 3. All you need to know about Billy is that he is too cool and hates blacks. Like, I understand why the writers had to make him racist, because if he wasn't, he would have been overpowered. He would have been too cool. Had a nice car, he had swag, he even had all the moms lined up at the pool watching him be a lifeguard. Like, by the way, whoever wrote that part needs to be put down. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, Mike's mom was randomly about to cheat on her husband for Billy. This dude just came out of high school. Bro, Mike's mom is a bop. And I already kind of hated her because she was so clueless throughout the show. But like, this just made me disgusted. Every time she appears on screen, I just spit filth. Anyways, I got confused with this season because it feels like from this point, the writers realized the show was getting really popular and decided to dumb it down for people to make it more digestible. Like the acting becomes more comedic than serious. Like they could be in a deadly situation and somebody will crack a joke. But don't get me wrong, like I understand the vibe they were trying to go for. The season was based on the summer of 1985, so the creators tried to go for like a nostalgic, fun 80s summer movie vibe. And I can understand the writers and cast wanted to take a break from the dark theme of the show and just have a little fun. I get that. But it was so trippy seeing the drastic change in the tone of the show, watching from season 2 to 3 back to back. So to me, it just felt very random and awkward. That's why I didn't understand it. Every 10 seconds, they had to remind you that the show was set in the 80s. Like, bro, I get it. I can see the neon lights, bro. I can see it. I hate when unks glaze the 80s so much. Like, bro, we are in 2025. We got PS5s and Osama Sun. And I was also so confused by all the obvious ad placements in the show. There's literally a scene where two characters have a hostage and he escapes, right? And it's a whole chase scene. Just for the hostage to stop and smile, and the camera pans to what he's looking at. A 7-Eleven, and then it turns into a minute commercial for 7-Eleven. I'm not even joking. This happens throughout the season where mid-action, an ad will just be shoved in your face. Oh my gosh, my friend is being eaten by a Demogorgon. But yeah, this season gets uncomfortably corny to the point where Dustin has a moment where he breaks out into a song for like 3 minutes straight in the middle of a serious moment. Like, Dustin, shut that shit up. Go make some money. Now let's get into the new annoying characters they're introducing this season.